But Akashic Records is something which you can do, you can access through meditation and focused prayer. It's available for everyone. You should just know
Right.
how to access that. And you can do healings and, ancestral healings and a lot of stuff through that. Yeah.
Right. And this question, because it's come in a while ago, and I don't want to lose track of it because I do have a few other questions to ask
Yeah.
you. Arjun has asked, and even Sneha has asked about, Arjun, for example, has said if a person has changed his or name in the Gazette or other IDs, do the Akashic records get affected? And if so, is it possible to extract the original information? Basically, if you've had a name change. Wait, Arjun, are you asking name change or name spelling change? That'll make a difference, right?
Name change.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is always updated. That's why we need to know the current legal name.
current legal name.
First.
Okay,
Yeah.
all
So
right.
like, after marriage, you change your name. Say, suppose
Yes,
my name, surname changes. So I will use that name now to access the records. It gets updated in the records.
nice. Yeah, but I remember I had about 2 years back, I had a session with you and I gave you my current name. I didn't give
Yeah.
you my before marriage name.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And Deepika has asked, are Theta Healing and Akashic records the same?
No, it's different. Akashic records are your book of life, which has all the details of your human incarnations. Theta healing is connecting with the seventh plane or with creator's energy of unconditional love. Akashic records is connecting to your masters, teachers, loved ones in the sixth plane. It's the energy of love and compassion. Both are totally different.
Right. And Deepika has also asked, do we need psychic powers to learn Akashic records? I think this must be a question that is asked to you all the
Yeah.
time. It's asked here all the time. Do you need psychic powers?
See, we all have. I will say that we all have that power. It's just that it's dormant and it's not yet completely awakened. But when you learn, when you tap into this, when you start practicing, Akashic records, automatically your intuition, your psychic powers, they open up, they grow, they enhance. So you don't. That's not a criteria for that. Yeah.
Right. And in fact, as you said, as you also mentioned about your journey as well, the more you practice, the more you open, because you start with your own self practice, right? Before you just jump into
Yes.
being able to do it for a client. And the more you do that, the more you expand, the more you connect with the masses, the more you are in touch with the light, and the more you therefore expand. Correct?
Yes. Exactly.
Fantastic. Fantastic. There was another question, and I'm just trying to look for that. And Arjun's asked, can the Akashic records be accessed without meditation also?
No, you need to meditate because there is a reason. What before, like, we are now in an ordinary consciousness, okay, ordinary state of consciousness. So when you tap into your, of course, we have that intuition in us, the gut saying, okay, but that's coming from your limited, your mind's. That's a source. But when you need to connect to the Akashic, you have to elevate your consciousness, and for that you need to do this meditation and the prayer, so that you are able to plug into that. Your consciousness automatically gets elevated, expands. So
Right,
yes, you need to meditate.
right. And Lubaina, don't worry. I hope you're here. I do have your question in mind. I'm just going to take these two on and then come back to Lubaina's question, which is I'm sorry, I'm unable to read your name. It's in a different script. It's in I think, it's in a Southeast Asian language script. I do not know the name, so I'm just going to call out her question. How does Theta healing complement Akashic or vice versa? I would like to thank you for the question because it was actually going to be my next question. Does Akashic Records work with other healing modalities? So thank you very much. Shilpa, if you can find out her name, we would love to take her name as well on the group. Thank you, Shilpa.
Yeah, thanks for asking this question, bringing this question. Actually, Akashic records for me also, Akashic and Theta, they complement each other very well. They go hand in hand together. So like at times when I'm doing Theta, I'm connected to creator, and then I need to go into the detail of that particular issue. So then that is the time when I open the Akashic records, I bring those details, and then the healing happens in the Akashic records as well as through Theta, we clear some, belief programs. We download some feelings from creator. So they both work so beautiful. And in fact, Neelu, there's another, I would also like to mention that there was a student of mine. She was a tarot reader. Okay. And then she did Akashic Records. And beautifully, she actually used both of them. So like through tarot, she got a message through tarot. Okay, this is the card. Okay, whatever issue the question was. And then she tapped into Akashic and found a more detail about that. And she was able to clear that in the Akashic. So,
Nice.
so again, it's up to you that, how beautifully you be more as creative, how well you can, complement what all can you add into this. Yeah. So I
Perfect.
hope that answers your question, because Theta Healing and Akashic, I also use both of them together many times.
Right. And okay, I've taken care of that. Yes, Padma has asked, do you need permission to access other person's record? Who is a major? Okay, another person's record? Yes, you do, right?
Yes,
That
yes.
holds, yeah. I
Yeah.
think 99% of the modalities that I've come across, you require permission. There's very few that I've come across that you don't require permission as such.
Yeah.
And they're okay, 98%, let me say. So Arjun's also asked, if black magic has been performed, is it possible to locate the source from where it came from?
So you can come to know that you can ask your masters, teachers, and loved ones that what is the source or what is the history behind it. And then it's up to the masters to reveal that. Because at times they feel that if this information is not going to serve you any purpose, or it's going to in fact harm you, then they don't even reveal that information. I mean, you have to be ready to receive that information. But yes, it does get revealed. I have seen where it has been revealed.
Right. And in fact, Sonam's asked, is Akashic record also connected to past life regression? They're both different, right, Shveta?
Yes, they both are different. Like past life regression is where, so interestingly, I started my journey through hypnotherapy. Like I'm a clinical hypnotherapist as well. And that was the time I used to do more past life regression therapies and all. So the difference is that, in past life regression, the therapist guides you, takes you through your past life, your significant past life. And of course, healing also happens there. There's a different method of it. But in Akashic Records, you don't have to go into any past life of yours. The therapist, like in this case, if I am doing your session, so I become the medium and I witness your past life. And then we ask the masters. The only difference is where I feel is that here it's more of a soul level healing, because the perspective, the information is coming through the masters. It's a higher energy. So the perspective is also changing. So it's a soul level healing which happens here.
Right.
In Akashic.
And in fact, okay, just correct me if I'm right here, Shveta, with Akashic Records, and I don't know if this happens with past life regression. I'm sure you'd be able to let us know a little bit more on that as well. With Akashic Records, there is a certain karmic story of yours that you're completing, right?
Yes.
Like, for example, we heard from Padma about the generational black magic and curses. You gave an example about a family where all the women were burdened by this. We're going to hear from Paridhi very soon as well. So some of your karmic background, story, baggage, load, you're completing it. You're finding it. You're completing at least that story. Does that happen with past life regression? I have no idea. So I'm just wondering if this is yet another difference between the two.
So in past life regression, it does come into surface that, okay, this is what you had done, because the first, I mean, that was my first, you can say, journey. I mean, in my journey, that was my first thing. My first past life regression was all about knowing that, okay, what is my connection with my father and why my marriage didn't work? What is the reason? I did see, okay, but then you do some reframing, rescripting in that. Okay,
right.
that's going in your subconscious, because of course everything is healing in your subconscious, but at the soul level you are carrying what is your script, what is your promise. Okay, at the soul level, what is the truth that you're carrying? That gets healed when you connect with the Akashic Records. So that does get shifted. Yes, I was able to make peace with my past, with with my marriage, with other events, once I started connecting with the higher powers, the light. That uplifted, that shifted. Yeah.
Right. Fantastic. And I'm just waiting to see if Pinky's asked how to enroll in this field of healing in order to learn and pursue this. Pinky, hang in there. There's some fantastic learning options from Shweta that Shweta has set up for you, and you'll get to know about it in a short while. And Arjun's asked, do the records hold information on a person's suitable career choice?
Yes, you do come to know. You can get an idea of the future, highest future probabilities. The masters do guide you that what's best, highest and best for you. So yes, you can get to know.
Right. Now, this is a question that I do see very often, and I'm not surprised it's come up again. And it's a good thing because, like I said, everybody needs a reminder of this, and not everybody is familiar with this. So Sunshine's asked, is the Akashic Records, when we get to know the karmic story, how would we know that what we're getting is true or not, and that the mind is not making up the stories? And how will we get to know that what we're watching in the Akashic is true or not?
Very good question. See, it's all a vibration. And when you are tapping into the higher vibration, I always believe that you feel it in your heart. It will make your heart expand. So you will feel a kind of a lightness in your heart. The truth always feels light and expansive. And anything which is making you feel heavy, contracted, and dense, then that's definitely not coming from the higher source. So anything which is giving you the feeling of love, okay, you feeling expanded, giving you joy, and empowering you is the truth. It's not coming from your mind. And if it is making you contract and it's like a kind of a fear, then of course it's not coming from your masters. The divine or the masters always will answer with love and compassion. The energy is very different over there. That's one way to know the difference. That is it your mind speaking, or is it the answer coming from the masters?
Right. And this is where I think Arjun had also asked earlier, this is where your meditation comes into play, right?
Yes, this is where your meditation comes in.
And the methodology of accessing the records is also what comes into play. So, and in fact, Sunshine is written again. So we need to be a high-level meditator, and this a normal person cannot see. Shweta is very normal people. Sunshine, Shweta is a very normal person.
Very normal. Okay. I am very quiet.
It's all about practice. If you're a practitioner, it's all about practicing your art. It is everything is an art form at the end of the day, and it's all come from the divine. Right, Shweta?
Yes.
However much you practice, that's how much more you will connect, and you'll be able to clear things out, right? And in fact, I want to mention this. 2 years? 2 years? I think 2 years ho gaya that yes, I took a reading with Shweta. I was like, I want to know what is this story between DJ and DJ is my beautiful third baby, my dog. And in between, I was just getting very hassled about a lot of other things. And then, when 10 things are hassling you, the 11th thing will definitely hassle you. So I just want to know what is going on. Is there, is it on me? Did I do something? That's how I went to Shweta. And the story that came back to me, okay, was completely opposite. And it was beautiful. In whichever lifetime, he was actually my third baby. He's actually my third baby, and he lost me. I died. And it took him all these lifetimes to find me again. And look at this. 2 years have gone since I first heard this from Shweta, but every time I think about it also, I will. So, Sanjan, I hope this information also helps you that, if as a practitioner, you're having a tough time figuring this out, then maybe it's time for you to relearn Akashic Records and come to Shweta and see how it could help you, correct?
Yes, why not? And you don't have to be like very super highly meditative in this. Okay, I also started from somewhere, and it's only your dedication, your faith, your dedication. You have to practice.